Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Robert. If you haven't been to this channel, I did do IYs and things like that, but recently, because last year I started getting sick, I started getting AFib, short for atrial fibrillation, or some people call it AF. It depends what it is, but the long words atrial fibrillation basically means is irregular heartbeat. Your heartbeat's not going regularly in a constant beat. It's going wacky. It could be super fast, it could be super slow, but it's not in sync. Being in sync, they call it sinus rhythm. So one of the things I've learned, it's been about a year and a half now that I've had this crap, which is annoying, but I've learned five things that I've figured out to stop a AFib episode. So when I mean episode, your body starts to feel weird sometimes. Your heart usually goes faster. It could go really fast. Your heart rate usually is supposed to be, I think, 60 to 80 beats per minute. That's the normal. But when you have AFib, it could be similar, just off rhythm, or it could be really fast, 200, maybe even faster, which is great. You know, when you think about 200 beats per minute, it's like crazy high. I think when you run, you're maybe at 160, 170. That's a full pop, depending on your age and everything. Anyhow, I'm not a doctor or anything. It's just my personal experience. Again, I had AFib starting last year about March. I actually had to have a gallbladder removed. And post-surgery, it just started happening. I started getting AFib. I was in the hospital, post-surgery obviously. And they're telling me, you got AFib, I'm going to move you to the different ward. I'm like, what are you talking about? What's AFib? I don't even know what AFib is. But AFib is one of the most common irregular heartbeat or heart issues in the world. Millions of people have it. It sucks. So I'm not the only one. So anyways, going back, again, I'm not a doctor, but these are the five things that I figured out that have helped calm down my AFib, and it's gone to what they call sinus rhythm, back to rhythm. It doesn't work all the time, but it works. First thing I've done, cold drink, cold ice pack, something cold. So I put that in the back of my neck. Some people put it in their hand, but I've noticed that when I feel it, the AFib, usually palpitations, that's how I can tell. I do have a smartwatch that picks it up. However, I can feel it too. I feel like a shortness of breath. I feel my heart kind of racing a little bit. I just feel weird. Sometimes I have to go to the bathroom more. Usually that happens at night, by the way. And anyways, something cold on your neck, and that seems to throw things off in a good way, because it like wants to shock it, I think. And some people, it's worked. I seen a guy hold ice cubes. I tried that. That didn't work for me with crap. But to my neck, I think because we have a big nerve, we call it a vagus nerve, and it's from our neck to our heart to our stomach. So I think that's how maybe my AFib triggered in a way, is because of my gallbladder near my stomach. But that's a different story we can talk about. Number two was taking a shower. Like, some people take cold showers. Mine works when I take a hot shower, or I should say stops when I take a hot shower. So it just depends. It's something to do with the nerves again, right? And then it just kind of shocks things. Some people say, they say put cold water in their face. Never worked for me. But a hot shower has worked for me, I want to say 8 out of 10 times. Not all the time, but 8 out of 10 times. My cold shower might work for you. So give that a try. There's no harm, no foul, right? So give that a try. Number three, it's called a vagal maneuver. So some people, they have, I believe they call it SVTs. I don't know, super ventricular. It's basically the heart rate's like super high. But it's also worked for people with AFib, because AFib goes high too. Like 150, like I said, 150 beats per minute or higher. Anyhow, vagal maneuvers, it could be like hunkering down, like actually trying to poop, and that's another thing. Sometimes pooping works. It's just weird. It's something with the nerves. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But hunkering down, what I mean is like, how you're trying to push when you're trying to poop, that breath, and you're holding your breath, you're squeezing. That seems to calm it down, or at least slow down your heart rate. Put you back in AFib or push you out of AFib, sinus rhythm, it seems to work for me too. I don't use it as often, but it has worked before when it's like 150 or more. I notice when it's under 100 beats per minute, it doesn't seem to be as effective. But that's something you can try. So that's number 3, right? Number 4, you won't believe it, but it has worked for me. I've done it. I've seen another doctor. I don't know if it's a real doctor, honestly, but a doctor saying it worked. Chiropractor, neck adjustment. It's like somehow it just pops. Maybe it's some kind of weird, like I said, it's a shock. Maybe because you're like, hey, pop in and just like does something for you. But that neck crack, it seems to kind of like put me back in rhythm. I haven't done it that often, maybe twice, and it's worked. So that's something to do. Along with that, maybe an exercise. But that one you have to really be careful, like I want to say lifting or moving something or things like that, or even yoga. But you gotta be real careful because with exercise, you're already in that AFib episode where you kind of have palpitations, you can have dizziness, shorter breath. You're really out of whack. So to do something like that is kind of risky. So you're gonna have to base yourself how you feel, right? Like if you're feeling dizzy, don't start doing activities because it's, I don't want, you can bump your head, trip. You can do some worse damage, right? End up in the ER for that. So be careful, but that's something you can try. And then the last thing, number 5, is actually that is number 5, right? Did I get it? That is number 5. So number 5 was an exercise type of thing, and what it was is because when I was carrying my son, I have a 4-year-old, is gonna be 5, but he wants me to still carry him to school, and I'm like, okay, if I can. He's getting big, but that me holding him, like a strain, if you want to call it, stress, it made a difference. I think it shocked me because I'm like trying to balance, and like I said, it's the nerves, the muscles, it's something going on with our body. So that seemed to work for me. So those are the 5 things that have worked for me for getting back to what we call sinus rhythm, or getting out of the AFib episode. Just be really careful, mind your surroundings. Another additional tip, when you do feel these symptoms, like usually palpitations, chest throbbing, head throbbing, all that, it can cause more anxiety, okay? And that stress is gonna make it worse. You're not gonna be able to calm it down more. You're making it yourself worse because you can have actually palpitations from anxiety. So that's why it's good to see a cardiologist, of course, as well. But my experience again, when you're worried about it and you let it get to you, which is, it's hard, but if you let it get to you, it's gonna make things worse and won't stop. So you gotta chill, and it's hard to chill. Even if you think you're chilling, it's hard to chill. So that's my advice. This is number 6, I guess you want to call it, is calm down as much as you can, and post below what's worked for you. Appreciate you coming to this channel. Follow me if you want more information and see what my progress is. I got other issues, but I'm trying to tackle them at different times, you know what I mean? But this is one of them that I unfortunately got. Again, thanks for watching. Peace out.